Big round of applause.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. And today I'm going to be talking about physical punishment. But before I get into all the problems, causes, and solutions, and all my main points, so growing up, I was physically punished, and I took that really deeply because I feel it affected me as a person, just in result to acting aggressively or just like pouncing whenever someone was on the contrary with me. But eventually I knew how to adapt to that and have changed. But and in the Hispanic culture, most of us were hit, but it's like with anything in range, like the chancla, the spoon, it's like, you know. But I mean, even though for those that are not Hispanic or Latino or whatever, I mean, the majority are spanked or physically punished. And this is where I could get to, according to Victor V, Center Director and the founder for Gunson National Child Protection Training Center, a study they did in 2014, it shows that more than 70% of kids are actually physically punished, and you can see from here the range from 2009 all the way to 2014. And they also found out that many parents started spanking their kids by age 2. And so I just find that, you know, wrong. I mean, they're just 2. I mean, they don't know. And so that's why I think physical punishment shouldn't be used. And so now that I've gone over that, I'm going to share with you some of the problems, causes, and then solutions. So first, let's get into the problems. So problem number 1 would be mental health problems. And these start from depression, loss of self-control, increase in aggression, and psychologically, they build problems like, according to Elizabeth Groshop, associate professor for the University of Texas at Austin, she defines a term called hostile attribution bias, which in this term, in this case, the term defines kids who they always think that people are going to be mean to them all the time. So that's what she defines. And in this case, I feel like I probably had that at one point. But just that's problem number 1. And another problem is that, okay, many people think, oh, I turned out fine. I was spanked or punished when I was physically punished when I was young, and I'm fine. But I mean, do you really know how you would have turned out if you weren't physically punished? So that's another thing. But it just doesn't work as well because the kids are not really learning what they're doing wrong. They're learning to be actually afraid of that person than to actually, because they're not explaining. They just get hit all of a sudden, and it's like, if any of us were striked, it's like, oh, of course we're going to stop what we're doing, but I mean, they're not getting the message across. And then also, according to Valia Talep, a former extension specialist for child development, she explains in her article, Discipline for Young Children, that this teaches physical violence. Like, if they use physical violence, then they're going to get what they want, and they gain power through that. And then they feel like it's acceptable, and they practice this throughout their life and as adults. So, just doesn't work, and mental health problems are just a couple problems that I set out for you, but there are many other problems as well. But now that I've gone over the problems, I'm going to go into some of the causes for these problems. So cause number 1 is that it's a natural human reaction. You know, as soon as you get frustrated with your child or angry, and it's like, they feel like this is the fastest solution to disciplining their kid, when it's really not. Hold on. So, however, according to Adam Zorato and his commentary to the article Alternatives to Spanking, done in 2015, many parents actually claim that if they knew the alternatives, they actually wouldn't physically punish their kids. So we see that our society has a little bit of a lack of knowledge on how to discipline their kids, and probably get into that a little bit later. But another cause for parents who spank their children, physically punish them, is due to religion and culture. They are physically punished because it is passed down by generation to parent and child. And then one source that I like to use, and that it really explains religion, is a verse in the Bible, Proverbs 23:13. It says, "Do not hold back discipline from child. Although you strike him with a rod, he will not die." Okay, yeah, he will not die, but physically, emotionally, they are scarred for what they are doing, and it is just carried throughout them with their life. And I feel like I got that as well growing up. Like, I still have that scarred for life. So now I've gone over the causes, some solutions that I want to point out that will fix this problem, are just using positive punishment, which is explaining what they did wrong to the child. I mean, they might be two, but explain it at their level where they will get the message. And also on the governmental solutions, I thought that maybe by adding parental programs or talking to pediatricians, where in this case the students at schools would be required by law to tell their teachers if they were being physically punished, and if they were, then they would be required to attend these parental programs or see a pediatrician. If not, then then they would face consequences for that. So overall, in conclusions, families parents and children just want to be happy and love each other, and it's like that's what it should be like. Not see the anger in the faces your parents make at you because you did something wrong. And then so overall, I think a good way to start would be by not hitting if we want a better society where there's no violence, we could start by not hitting our children, and by not hitting our children would be the best place to start. Thank you for